Boom! This dang microphone. Hey, Jordan, what's up? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. So we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. We got a lot to talk about, like I said. Porsha and Angela, they kind of like made amends a little bit, but obviously Porsha didn't seem genuine, really. And we are going to talk about the fact that the Bailey Q is back, baby. Thank God. Iconic. We're also going to talk about Porsha and Dennis a little bit. Like, the energy and chemistry between those two is crazy. Like, they clearly are still in love, if you ask me. Not that anyone did. Just saying. And yeah, we're going to talk about also Porsha blaming Atlanta editing, blaming production for viewers not getting the full story. Blaming production in any regard is never the move. So I'm always surprised to see a vet do that, because I know that they know what comes along with blaming production. So they obviously sometimes feel strongly about that. So anyway, we'll talk about that. And then, yes, we have to talk about this latest announcement from Bravo that no one expected, which is King's Court. Did anyone know that this was coming? We'll talk about this first. Did anyone know that King's Court was coming? I feel like anytime Bravo has a new show, or anytime there's like a new season of a show that's coming about, like Atlanta. I came on here with y'all for 2 weeks and was like, they say Atlanta's coming. I don't know who they are, but they say Atlanta is coming, but there was rumblings about it. People were, like, there was word on the street, as Giselle would say. And I just feel like this brought this King's Court. Maybe I've just been sleeping under a rock. I had no idea. And then my friend sent me a tweet from OMFG Reality TV earlier today that was like, Bravo's new show trailer is dropping today. And I was like, new show? What new show? So if you haven't heard, yes, it's a show called King's Court. I believe it premieres in July, which is another thing. It's absolutely insane that we're already to the point of the year that networks are starting to roll out programming announcements for summer. Like, what? So yes, the cast includes Tyson Beckford. It includes Titus O'Neil and Carlos Boozer. They basically are looking for love. They're kings and they want to find their queens. And it's hosted by Holly Robinson Pete and Rodney Pete, and which I think that will be fun. But I just am surprised, and it feels like only 3. So there's 2 hosts and 3 contestants. Shouldn't there be more? Not contestants, but like subjects of love, people who are looking for love, main cast. Like, I just feel like if it's look, Love is Blind, they have a couple hosting, Nick and Vanessa. They got damn more people on that show than I can count. You can't even remember all the cast members of every season. It's impossible. Mel, hello, eyebrows. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good to see you, boo. How was your weekend? Bravo is turning into the Love Connection. Look, if they ought to just call themselves the Love Tank Network. At least let's keep it niche. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it is kind of interesting. You're right. Like, to announce this, like, in the height of Love Hotel, you're right. Very, very strong investment, it seems, in romance programming, we don't need this show. All we want is Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip Morocco. The only thing we want is actually already shot and filmed. This must be what Dorinda feels like, because she be out here begging to be taken off pause. It's like she said, just hit the fucking play button. That's how I feel on Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Morocco. Hit the play button. That's all we want. I want to see Alex McCord's camel toe and Vicky lose it. Yes, Vicky said that happened. If you listen to our podcast episode with Gretchen from forever ago, when they reminisced on production for that trip and how iconic it was. The Love Tank Network, we can have Vicky host a show like this, like the Newlywed Game. The love tank game. Um, yeah, so again, I'm all for like Bravo extending programming. You know, I've come on here and said I wish that they would do a lot more of like the original nostalgic type of programming for Peacock specifically. But nostalgic would be like long running Bravo personalities, you know, like how they're doing with Love Hotel and stuff like that. So appreciate the initiative and the effort because I think creativity is always a good thing. Just was surprised, kind of, right? Just kind of surprised. I felt like they kept it on under wraps too. Again, unless I was sleeping under a rock, which very much could have been. Listen, I used to love Blind Date and Newlyweds the first year. Yes, yeah, that stuff was good back in the day. And look, who knows? Like a lot of people are out here talking crap on Next Gen NYC, and I personally think that it's going to be like the silent star. Maybe I'll be completely wrong. Maybe it'll premiere to actually negative viewers. Maybe I will be the only one watching. When y'all see that one person tuned in, you're going to be like, Christian kept his word. I could be wrong. But I'm saying all that to say is while this show was unexpected and kind of surprised and, you know, seemingly to some came out of nowhere, it could come in and be amazing, you know? So kind of even feel like the Valley was kind of that way. Like a lot of people at first were like, what? Like, we don't need these people back. Da, da, da. And now people are like, don't talk to me on Tuesdays. The Valley is on. How dare you? You know, and actually, if you're not watching, then maybe we shouldn't be friends. I've lost a lot of friendships over it. And I'm like, it's not that I don't even want to watch. I'm just busy. Our friendship, I guess, will actually pick back up whenever I have time to catch up. So I'm down a few friends for a few weeks, you know. But anyway, curious to see how that comes about. Let me get the premiere date for y'all just so I can. I know it was in Bravo, but I just want to be sure. I mean, excuse me, in July. King's Court, Bravo. July 13th at 9/8 Central. Wonder what day of the week that is. That is a Sunday. Okay, key programming. All right, you know, we'll take it. Are you looking forward to the southern summertime humid hot summer? No. Let me tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch. You know, that's me. Like Dorit looking out that window, you know, that's me dreading the humidity every day that I have to leave my house in North Carolina. Okay. I just stand there and pray somebody will cancel plans, a tornado, you know, God comes back, something to keep me from going outside in that humidity. That is me just, please no, you know. So no, I'm not ready. I dread it. Oh, help me, Jesus. Okay. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. A lot going on. Woo! A lot going on in the words of Mary Cosby. Why are Dennis and Porsha pretending that they want nothing more than to like literally be inside of each other? The chemistry and the way that they look at each other is like, I've already put the credit card, the room on my credit card for y'all. Like, just get it over with. There's just something there, you know. And if you've watched any of her YouTube clips, because he's been on, I just think that she's still so clearly in love with him. And I do respect, and I think it's awesome. They're like, look, we have a daughter, and like together we are as a tendency, I guess, more that maybe they argue or something. So it's for their daughter. It's better that she sees them in good situations, which would mean maybe that they aren't together all the time. I don't know. And I respect that. But I'm also like just the way that Porsha looks at him, girl, just forget what everybody thinks. You already married somebody else's husband. You can go back to your, you know, the one that you wanted to marry. Y'all can get back together. If you married another man's husband, you can certainly marry Dennis. Just forget what everybody says. Who cares what people think? And get back with our guy. Okay. And anyway, so Dennis reveals that Drew, I guess, isn't signed to him anymore. And Porsha was upset that Dennis had filmed, and this was so funny to me because they pulled Dennis into a dual confessional with Porsha, and he's like, "I didn't know I was filming. I just showed up and cameras were up, you know." And he's like trying to defend himself, and it's like watching a kid that you know is lying before you ask them to defend themselves or ask them to explain something. You know what the lie is going to be, and just watching them try their absolute hardest, and it's almost like I can't even be mad because you worked harder to get that little fib out than I have all 40 hours this week. You know what I'm saying? And so good for you, Dennis. It was just so funny. But again, it is nice though that for real that even though they've had a rocky relationship at times in the past, that they clearly care for each other, you know, and they seem to spend a lot of time together. So I just think that, you know, the heart wants what it wants. So, and I think Porsha wants Dennis. I do. Um, let's see. What else are we going to talk about in Atlanta? The Bailey Q is back. I'm so excited that the Bailey Q is back because it just feels like nostalgic to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like Kyle's white party almost. It's like we're home. You know, Dennis is always in a state of being dazed and confused. I think Dennis is just chill. I think that we maybe should all take a page from Dennis's book. Sell some hot dogs and have no stress. Seems like the life to me. You know, I can get down with it. I love a good hot dog, by the way. Love a good hot dog. Also, when Dennis Porsha said something about like Dennis had allegedly said that he wanted to be with Drew or was dating Drew or something, and he's like, "I'm not the one hitting it." And Porsha's like, "Well, then who's hitting it?" And I'm like, why are y'all talking about this? But again, it's so funny because like their banter and energy with each other is like they're like pestering each other, but they also like kind of care, but can't reveal how much they care. You know what I mean? Like it's just so funny to watch. I don't know. Speaking of watching, Porsha is saying that if you are watching Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, you're only getting like half the story. Or half reality is what she said. She responded to someone's, I believe it was a tweet. Someone said, "I was so excited for your return just to see you being so mean and dismissive. This is with love." And she said, "I'm with you on that. Too bad you're only getting half reality. Check out my YouTube. It's in real time." So number one, that's like throwing production under the bus. And number two, that is quite literally leveraging Bravo's audience, which I mean, everyone does. Like they have their YouTube channel, but to say basically you aren't going to get what you're looking for by watching Bravo, so go to my YouTube. Come on, you know, I would. And also Porsha, I'm like, you're a vet at this. Like you were the one that was like the you seemingly the face of the reboot. And I get that the network, I get that these women are put in tough situations where it's like they feel like they can't defend themselves. Like I can't imagine. But I also am like, to get to the point of status that you have on this network, you've already been through so much that if you've gotten through that, you can get through whatever is frustrating you to the point that you're talking about editing on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you've been through enough. Don't let, it's like Kenya, like one little mistake ruined everything, you know? And I'm like, just don't let these small things get to you when you've already built such a legacy on this network. Like, just, you know, also, baby, that's what the reunion is for. Take some notes and come in and let us and reveal all, you know? Also, as I'm going to wrap up soon, but Angela, so Britt decides to tell Angela that maybe she should use her mouth more, aka that's why your husband's cheating, because you aren't. And I actually don't know a better person than Angela Oakley to have ever existed on this earth, because in the span of -0.01 seconds, she said, you know, that's probably why you got wrinkles around your mouth. You got miles on your mouth, a high mileage mouth. Art. Shakespeare fucking wishes. Sorry for my language. Okay. Like that was penmanship. That was just a wordsmith, you know? And also I couldn't help but think about it whenever she said, Do y'all remember the song um, by Sam Smith, Money on My Mind? Money on my mind, got money on my mind. Will you have no money on my mind? I don't know why. I was like, I need a Miles on Your Mouth remix to the beat of Money on Your Mind. It's like, Miles on your mouth, miles on your mouth. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And also, so you missed it. There's an after show clip too. I was laughing so hard when somebody sent this to me last night. And it's of Shamea. It's Shamea and Kelly, I believe, talking about the Bailey Q when all this happened. And Shamea's like, Kelly, you be Angela. Say it to me. I'm Britt. And so Kelly gives the line. She's like, you've got miles on your wrinkles on your mouth, miles on your mouth, you know. And Shamea said that Britt just went, and it like did a side by side, and you see Britt kind of looking around shook after the comment was thrown her way, and her lip was kind of trembling. I'm like, I didn't even notice that. Shamea had to point that out. I'll never not see it again. It was hilarious. So, you know what? And that's what we're going to end on. I'm going to end on the fact that I hope nobody throws any reads y'all's way that you are left lip trembling only. Okay? That's what we're going to hope for. Lord have mercy on my soul. That was just, oh my gosh. Miles on one's mouth is very common on Grindr. Listen, and good and rightfully so. And so that's why we should make it a song if it's relatable, you know? Let's start singing. Yeah, I don't know. And also, I don't know where in the world I haven't listened to Money on My Mind by Sam Smith in 85 years. So I don't know where in the world that came from, you know? But yeah, as I wrap up, would love to hear what y'all have planned for the week, or tell me about your weekend highlights. Hopefully something good happened to you. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. Cat orange whistling. Can I just not read, or let me sit with that one, see what that means. Lordy. What is tonight? I don't think we have any shows on tonight, do we? But then I guess the Valley will be on tomorrow. It's also Cinco de Mayo. Is anybody gonna have a little drinky this afternoon when you get home? Because if you're not, let me know so I can have one for you. That's a cat blowing. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know what that means. Oh, Lord. Enjoying the sun here in the UK. Awesome. Wait, what part of the UK? That's so cool. Thank you for watching from the UK. How iconic. And I love your name, Charlotte. What's a good mayo food to eat? I was like, mayo? Mayo, Cinco de Mayo. Girl, whatever you want. You know, no drinky here. Have some yummy, I don't know, everything. What not to eat? That's what you should ask yourself. What should we not eat? How about that? Instead of narrowing it down what to eat, let's just cancel off the few things we're not going to eat and enjoy everything else. You know what I mean? Also, can y'all believe it's already May 5th? When's the halfway point? We're approaching the halfway point of the year. What in the world? Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, I'm with you, Kay. I caught that a little after the fact. Listen, I think I must still be on Omaha time. I'm just a little behind today. I'm like an hour behind the East Coast. I'm a little delayed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can probably hear my Alexa going off in the back. Oh, reminding me to send this report that I have to send today. Thank God that she reminded me because I absolutely forgot. Happy Monday, everyone. Mel, what are you doing for fun later? You know what, Mel? I think I'm going to work a lot this evening. I just feel like I need to get caught up. Like being in Omaha last week and the weekend, I just feel behind, and I want to use today to get as ahead as I can so I don't feel like I'm drowning the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? Mel, I want Christmas now. I wouldn't mind some Christmas weather. Thank you. I enjoy watching you. I'm in the Northwest. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Well, I'll be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you have to come hang out with me from the Northwest of the UK. My friend Charlotte. That's so cool. I was thinking chicken salad. Make Kim Richards chicken salad. Things and things and things and things and things. Never forget. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, don't say it out loud, but I'll tell you later. Let me know how that chicken salad turns out. Queen Charlotte, thank you again for watching. Mel, love you as always. Queen, happy Monday to you too. Boo boo. KM, you and the blowing cat. Hope y'all have a good one. I'm going to wrap up, everybody. Really, really do appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I truly look forward to it. And who knows what's going to happen between now and when I see you next time. So as always, make sure you're following Hurrdat Entertainment on all the platforms. I'm Christian Gray Snow over on Instagram. If there's anything y'all need to you want me to talk about, any topics that you think I'm missing, you just slide on in them DMs and you say, listen, I'm tuning in and watching, and this is what you need to talk about. And I'll say, absolutely. Vicky's Chinese chicken salad, delicious. If I had a dime for every time I've begged her to make it on camera for social media, I would be Adrienne Maloof. So we'll get there eventually. Maybe I'll just post a video of me saying this to hold her accountable. We want the Chinese chicken salad, Vicky. All right. I love y'all so much. Besos, have a good week. Give somebody a hug that you love. And yeah. Hope you find something that makes you laugh and smile, okay? Bye, everybody. See you next time.